Hey everybody, how are you? Casey here. I hope you're well. And thank you so much for coming to this particular event. We are just starting now. So if you're rolling in the door, do me a favor and quickly just say, Heidi ho, I'm here, Casey. Just let me know that you're here. I'm going to be tracking the emails and the questions that you have. So we have a different layout that we're doing today. As you can very well see, we're kind of doing something a little bit different. Right now, as you see, we are using a different template, and I'm by myself. No one's here in my really super echoey room here with me. So, I'm doing this on my own. But I wanted to show you this brand new template so you can get a feel for how this looks. So now, if you are getting here, I'm just checking down here to see if I have any questions, as I oftentimes say. That's why I'm looking down here. So if you are now coming into the room, go ahead and start asking questions. Let me know that you're here. Just give me a quick signal, and we'll be starting on. So let me just close some of that off and come into here and just see that I have some comments coming through. Awesome. Okay, well, so this is what we're going to talk about today, just so you're completely aware of what we're going to be doing. This event, we're going to just simply talk about a bit more about what you can do with EasyWebinar. We did obviously talk about the live aspect with Chris Farrell. If you recall, yesterday we did that. We might do a rebroadcast of that again. But now in this particular one, we're going to go a little deeper. I want to get your questions up front and ready. I know there are many of you that have questions. Let me know what they are right away. Also, can you see me? Can you hear me? And so on and so forth. Now, obviously these lights, they're pretty bright. I might test some stuff out, turn the lights back, so you can kind of get a really strong sense of what you can kind of do. I'm also going to show you today some different templates that our customers have created, different members and customers of ours, what they've done. I'm going to pull some people out and put them in hot seats, so to speak, and show some really cool designs that people just put like automatically. People have been customers for literally a week and put some together some really cool designs. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. I see, hey Denny, hi, hey Anna, hey Dave, how are you? Great to see you guys here. Yep, hello, how are you? Awesome. Oh, Dublin, Ireland from Anna. Wonderful, Anna, great to see you. Dave from DMC, awesome, good to see you, my friend. Richard, how are you? Good to see you here again. Richard, you must have been on the other event as well. Welcome to this one. Are you live? Yes, I am, Dave, and that's how you know, because I respond to you. Now, the beautiful thing about EasyWebinar is that you can do live events, you can do rebroadcast events that are streamed in real time that have the almost perception of live, but in fact, they're rebroadcasts. And I did one of those last night. Stephanie is asking, can EasyWebinar be customized in other languages? Yes, the answer is yes. The custom template that we have with EasyWebinar is completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Localized. It has localization to where you can set it in your own language. We have a lot of Germans. We have many in the Spanish-speaking market, Portuguese. We have a lot of Brazilians in our community as well, along with other languages. So yes, the answer is yes, you are absolutely able to do that. Hello, Tanisha, how are you? Oh, from Honolulu. That's wonderful. I also like it's TARDIS. Your email handle, is that like TARDIS from the Doctor Who? Maybe I'm kind of a Doctor Who fan, so hope that's okay. I'm showing my geek side. Hello from beautiful Montana, Judy. How are you from Artichoke Press? What do you think is more powerful for gaining names for your list, YouTube or podcasts? Ooh, that's a very good question. That's a good question. I tend to think that a mixture of both. I don't think that you should do one over the other, but podcasting, and this is a great question, and I have absolutely no question answering anything outside of EasyWebinar, because this is what I had to learn how to get my own business up and running online, so I'm there with you. So anything I can do to help. What I tend to do is I will do less video, but I'll still do video in my business as free content. But then, the beautiful thing about podcasting is MP3s, you can use them more and more, and you can create more of them because it's an easier medium to create than just video alone. So I would say on a more consistent level, do podcasting, but then find a content calendar, conceptualize a content calendar in your mind where you're delivering video maybe out once or twice a month, okay? Or once a month is fine. But podcasting, you can do a little more than that. So I hope that answers your question, Judy. And yes, we do have a chat. Well, Dave, this is a kind of a question box, which actually puts all the questions right directly into my EasyWebinar dashboard. And this is our built-in default chat. You can do this live. You can do it for automated. But I did on the event 2 days ago, we had the third-party chat integration, and I was using Chatwing. But you can use Chatwing, Livefire, Chatroll. Any third-party chat is absolutely fine. In fact, we are building out our own chat that actually works for automated and live events, and that's something that we're kind of working on. And if you are a part of the community, you'll get first knowledge of that when we have it available. So, but this is a chat that actually works quite well and tags everybody right into your EasyWebinar analytics area, so you know who's asked a question. So now all these questions are going to be saved there, and I can follow up with you later on if I need to. So let me see. Here's a couple more questions. Can you use EasyWebinar plugin in right to left languages? Oh, that's a very interesting question. So probably in Mandarin or various other languages. That I'll have to think about that. I feel like we've had someone ask us about putting, like, say, Chinese characters or other things like that, or I think it's Arabic, potentially, or Egyptian. So I'm sorry, I'm not quite savvy on that, but I know that we've had people that have asked us that before and have potentially used it. I would have to, we'd have to talk to the community, go into the Facebook group, and maybe ask anybody who might be putting a language in that is normally from right to left. We might have to find that out. And Jackie is saying, is EasyWebinar fairly intuitive? I'm brand new to webinars and worry that it might be over my head, but webinars is something that I think would be beneficial for my business over the long run. Jackie, absolutely they are. I have to say this. Here's the thing. I never made any money online. I never built a community online until I started using webinars in my business. And that was the pinnacle. That was the moment everything turned and changed for me. So in my mind, I might be a bit biased, but yes, I think so. And yes, there is a learning curve because you have to figure out how it all works and the pieces. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that we have a tremendous amount of support. And that is the thing about EasyWebinar, is that you're not going to be left in the dark. We have a thriving Facebook group. We have quality customer service, and actually award-winning customer service. So when you come in, our guys will help you. We also have a done-for-you service called Producer's Corner, where we'll literally come in and set up your event for you. We will be there to almost like produce your live event. If you want to do a live event and you need someone to moderate it, to be there, to kind of help you with the selling or whatever you're looking to do, that's what our producers can do. So they're from tech to setup. That's what they are there for. So, so to answer your question, you know what? Anything is a learning curve. And EasyWebinar is based on what my customers have said. Our customers have said it is very intuitive and much easier than a lot of other products that are out there. Of course, and no product does everything that we do. That is that's a very firm stance on that. We do both live events and automated events, and our automated events can be streamed in real time, okay, just as they seem automated, or rather real. So they're streaming in real time. So if you come 6 minutes late to an automated webinar, it will jump 6 minutes into the presentation. So it really has that live feel to it. It's really live. It's not a lie when you say automated webinars are live when you use it like this, okay? Automated webinars can be live. And then, of course, we also stream in your attendees' time zone, which means that if you have a worldwide audience and you want to set your event at 2 p.m., it will stream at 2 p.m. in their time zone, okay, their local time zone, or your local time zone, you know, wherever someone is in the world, okay? It doesn't translate the time for them. That's doing it in your time zone, okay? But the streaming an event in your attendees' time zone is almost like, you know, almost like, oh, a TV show is going to start at 2 p.m. I better be there to start watching it, right? And it's 2 p.m. in Dubai, 2 p.m. in Singapore, 2 p.m. in LA. So it plays in there real time. So, we have customers that are using our software for doing TV networks. They're using as a broadcasting tool to launch off different times TV networks. It's an incredible moment right now in this evolution of what you can do with live video and actual in-person video, in-person a live stream as well. This is live. This is completely live. I'm answering your questions, but a live video has the kind of the look and feel of in-person and is broadcast in real time, but is not in person, not live. So you can be doing other things like going skinny dipping in the Pacific Ocean. You could be doing whatever you want to do. Not that that would be like the default. Okay, you could maybe spend time with your kids or your family. Those elements. So, okay. We have a lot more questions. Sorry, guys. I'd love to get all this. So just bought, loving things so far. Thank you, Jason, so much. First webinar today. Only question I have is, if I use the default chat box, where do I, as the presenter, see the audience's questions? That's great. I just answered that. And one of two things. You can actually see them in your EasyWebinar dashboard, okay? And they have to be registered in order to see those. Or just have them sent right into an email like I'm doing right now. Let me just make sure my mic's not falling off. Okay, like I'm doing right now. I'm actually literally in one of my emails that I defaulted all these, the chat questions to, and I'm just going through and looking at each question that you're having right directly under my camera that I have set up, and I'm answering every single one of them, just as you're asking. So Jason, I hope that helps in that particular question. Yes, it's added to your EasyWebinar dashboard in the analytics area, okay? Along with letting you know how much of the event that person watched. So if they watched 70%, 80%, 20%, it really helps you to know where you have to tweak your presentation based on how long someone's watching your event. So I hope that answered your question. PC, is there a way to do a private webinar that is not streamed live on YouTube? Thank you for that question. I really appreciate it, because that's a big factor. And many people who don't quite know what we're talking about here, you see, what happens when you use YouTube technology, or rather Google Hangout technology, is that the live stream, when you broadcast, click a broadcast to stream out, it actually ends up showing up on your Google Plus feed, and Google Plus is Google's social network site, and in YouTube. But here's the thing. With our software, because we're not a Google Hangout plugin, we can use YouTube Live. So we go into YouTube and create a live event inside YouTube, and we set that a live event to unlisted. And by doing that, and then we take that YouTube URL that the live event is streamed into, and we put it right into EasyWebinar. By doing that, okay, and some of you this might be over your head, but for those who understand, this is a big, big thing. And don't worry, for those who don't know, we teach about this, and this is the eureka moments that you start having, which give me goosebumps when I first started figuring this stuff out. Well, what happens is you set it to unlisted, and then it doesn't show up anywhere in YouTube, doesn't show up anywhere in Google's Plus's feed, and it's only shown on our page, okay? And here's the other cool thing. Our player, that plays the live stream from YouTube, okay, inside our EasyWebinar page, okay, I hope you guys understand that. Everything is from your own WordPress site, and you put the stream inside there essentially, right? That's how it works. Our software creates all this around your own WordPress site. It's a very, very intuitive, very, very cool feature, functionality. But inside that page, that event page, they can't click back through to YouTube, because they can, but we make it very difficult. So we stay within the terms of YouTube that they have to be able to click back, but we don't make it super easy, because we put this overlay on the bottom, this bottom overlay right on the video player itself. So when the logo's down here, the YouTube logo, it opens it up, and so they can't click on that YouTube logo very easily. So we make it to where they mostly stay right on the page watching the event. So I hope that answers that particular question, PC. Okay, let me see. I have several more. How effective are automated webinars? Holy moly oleos, Jane. That's a great question. Jane, they are hugely effective, and they are the perfect leveraging tool, in my opinion, because you are now able to do other things. You're able to leverage your business. You're able to take your perfect show and redistribute it over and over and over again stream it out in your attendees time zone several times a day, drive paid advertisement to it, and just really start letting it work for you, right? So you can focus on other things in your business. In fact, many of our customers mostly use our software for the automated webinar aspect of it, because that is what makes them sort of the recurring income. Now, we have a lot of customers that use the live and very successfully use the live, but they also do roll in the automated as well. The automated, in fact, we had a customer, John Lee Dumas, who's a really popular podcaster. He used our software at the end of December, and the last week of December did $16.5 thousand on his automated webinar, okay? And just 3 or 4 days ago, he sent out a video to his community about EasyWebinar. And that day that he sent out the video, he made 2 sales, two $2,000 sales on his automated webinar that he has with us. So in my opinion, Jane, and this is just from me searching around, doing so much work at this, doing this for a while, automated webinars are hands down one of the best ways to deliver engagement and leveraging your time and scalability. That's the idea behind it. So if you don't have the time to run an event 3 times a day to a worldwide audience, that's what the automated webinar is there for. So they are hugely powerful. They are not as engaging live as a live event like this, but we at EasyWebinar have kind of cracked the code to where you can do an automated webinar that has that look and feel of live. It's a live broadcast. And you can be there in the chat, manning the chat while someone is maybe watching your perfect show. Okay, so I hope that helps. Okay, Melody, let's move on. Oh, sorry, Melody, she's got to go. Work beckons. Of course, I understand. Well, once you have your automated webinar up, Melanie, you can have money coming in from your automated webinar while you're doing your full-time job. Just like one of our other customers, Jason Caruso, who has a full-time job. He has full-time family, and he set up an automated webinar with us, and he does 300 to 500 a day with his automated webinar right now. And plus he made about 13,000 from his first automated webinar ever. So he saw the power of it, and I know you'll be able to as well. But I totally get it. The job calls sometimes, and that's what we have to do till we get to that point. So let me see, Tanisha. I'm an Infusionsoft and EasyWebinar user. I started working on trying to pull together an Infusionsoft campaign for evergreen webinars after we did a live webinar with one of my affiliates. Oh, but I'm not sure I need it with the EasyWebinar email notifications before and after. What do you recommend for Infusionsoft users who track attendees and who didn't? Okay, so this is a great question. And if you are doing automated webinars with our platform, I highly suggest that you use our built-in notification system, because your own autoresponders, such as Infusionsoft or Aweber or MailChimp or Constant Contact, they won't know, even though we do integrate with them, okay? And when someone registers, they're automatically added to your list, your autoresponder list. But the problem with using your autoresponder to do follow-up emails for an automated webinar that's done in, say, your attendees' time zone is that your own autoresponder won't know when to send the email for someone in Singapore at 2 p.m. versus someone in Los Angeles at 2 p.m. That's the biggest thing, if you can kind of sense that and understand that. So that's where our system works well. That's where you're going to want to use our system to do it. Now, we have a ton of tutorials showing you just how to use it. We have SendGrid integration because we want to make sure that your emails are being delivered perfectly. So all that is in there, and you can, as soon as you come through, you'll gain more insight into that. And Tanisha, if you are not, and I know it's Tanisha, and if you are not, Tanisha, using SendGrid, I definitely recommend that you do it. It's super inexpensive, and it's not to take the place of your autoresponder. It is essentially just to be there as the hosting option for our built-in emails, because they are generally sent from your own server. So if your own server can't handle it, that's why we have the SendGrid integration. And if this is going over some of your heads, don't worry, we have detailed information inside EasyWebinar, and it's just one option that you have, okay, to take. So just realize that as soon as your business gets bigger and bigger, we're here for you to kind of help you scale it up with these different integrations that we have inside EasyWebinar. Okay, let's keep going. Stephanie has asked a few questions actually. She asked, Casey, can I customize EasyWebinar to other languages? Yes. Casey, can I use EasyWebinar on other platforms than WordPress, like Typo3? Do I need to have Infusionsoft to automate? No, you don't have to have either one. You don't have to have Infusionsoft because we automate everything within our own built-in system, right? You don't even have to have an autoresponder using our system. Many people just use our built-in email, our built-in form to grab leads. They don't have autoresponders. And if they do, what they do is they just download all the people that have registered for an event and then put it into their own autoresponder, just like GoToWebinar, right? So even if you don't have an autoresponder, you can still get all those registrants coming through, and all that data, you can follow up with them. You can follow up with them using even simply Gmail if you wanted to. So you have a lot of options right there. And yes, we are only built into WordPress, not Typo3, only WordPress at the moment. And you're asking what kind of cameras and mic to use? Well, I use a Logitech C920, that's C920. And for mics, you could use a variety of different mics. Oh. Here's one particular mic, the Blue Yeti. Okay, this is a very inexpensive mic, $79. And the whole point of it is that it has a USB port that goes right into your computer. It's very simple to use, and you just use it, set it up, and put it in. And similarly to this camera that we're using, this is a USB port camera, so that's why I use it, because I take the camera and put it right in, literally into the computer, and then I have a full setup. The mic costs $79 or $99, and the camera costs $79. So with under $200, you can have a mic and camera that you can start using to do your live stream events. It's pretty remarkable if you think about it. All right, let's see who else we have here. Okay, Yvonne, do you need to create a product to give away before setting up a webinar? Well, no, but what is your business? You don't have to have a product to give away before setting up a webinar, but what you want to do is have at least an idea of what you want to communicate out to the world. You don't have to just use our system to do to sell stuff online. A lot of people do, obviously, and they do it quite effectively, and that was kind of why we created this, to make it a possibility. But the other element of this, which makes it even kind of cooler in my mind, is the ability to just stream out a message to someone. Take what your passions are and find people that have like-minded passions and a vision for their lives that you connect with, and they connect with you on a heart-to-heart level. And so I don't think it's needed to have a product right away. If you're just starting out, I think it's a question of now, right this moment, if you don't have a product, to just stream out what your passions are, what your goals are, and how you want to help people. That is the biggest thing for me. When I first started doing webinars, I didn't do paid webinars. I didn't do to where I sold a product at the end of it. I just gave good content that people could use, that they could absorb, that would help them in their own business, because that is the key to this. Okay, Chris said it yesterday or the day before. Value is the new currency. Engaging is the new currency. So caring is the new currency. And with those in mind, being able to just stream your message out to the world is a powerful element that can just help you to build your community. That's the first step. And then now that you have that, well, it's a good problem to have. Now you can sell them resources and things that can help them to grow their community. Okay, it's things to help them to build their own business. Okay, or whatever you're helping them with. How can you maybe they want to do a coaching program with you. So you don't have to have a product. In fact, one of the things that I have done before is I've actually sold coaching programs that are done live, completely live, and I never had the product beforehand, and I sold it to my community beforehand, before the product was even ready. Sold like $20,000 or $40,000 worth of coaching slots before it was even available to do. Like, it wasn't ready. It started on a particular day. And you can do the same thing in your business, okay? So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Man, we have a lot of questions. So can I use Vimeo videos for the automated live stream? Can I host, can I link video hosting on Vimeo Plus to play? Yes, so Gita had a similar, Gita just asked, can he or she use Vimeo for the automated live stream? And the answer is yes. Now, the only problem is that Vimeo adds a pause button on there. So they can pause the video, but it will stream in real time. And I'll show you that actually, because I have an event running right now, but we'll reset it and I can show you some Vimeo stuff. So, you know, again, in this, I definitely want to be able to go into my computer to show you guys some of the templates, but I do like this Q&A. I hope you do too. Please let me know if it's okay that we're continuing to do the Q&A. Is there any way to remove the YouTube and Google Plus branding? Unfortunately not. When you're using Google and YouTube Live, they add that branding. But here's a cool sneaky trick. Write this down, Joe Lyons. What I sometimes do is if I'm going to do a Google Live or YouTube Live or Google Hangout YouTube Live event, using this live stream, what I'll do is I'll create a presentation that has a white background. And by doing so, that white background, you don't see that logo. So if you're thinking you didn't want to put yourself in front of the camera and you want to just do a presentation, you could use a PowerPoint slide that was completely white and just have your stuff in the middle, right? Your text and your images and your call to action and your content, everything right there. And you don't see those logos at that point. I hope that helps. That's a factor I hope I could help you with. Okay, what's the difference between, Tomer is saying, may I ask, what's the difference from Evergreen Webinar from Mike Filsane? Okay, so Tomer is asking how our product differs from Evergreen Business System, which is an automated webinar platform. Here's the difference. Our software streams out not only automated events, okay, that are streamed in real time and in your attendee's time zone, but we also do live events. Evergreen Business System does not do live events. They are only an automated webinar platform, and EasyWebinar streams in real time, and Evergreen Business System doesn't stream in real time, okay? So what that means is, if you come to a webinar on an Evergreen Business System at, say, 2:30 and the event started at 2, it'll always start from the beginning again, okay? Now, we have that functionality inside EasyWebinar. You can do that with our software to where you don't have to have it play in real time. But I personally think it's that next level of engagement, and that's why our webinars are so successful, because of the playing in real time. So Evergreen doesn't have that real time aspect to it. And it also doesn't have the live aspect, okay? We have everything. We have the live, we have the automated, and we stream in real time in your attendee's own time zone, okay? I hope that helped. Okay, Jason. Yes, Jason was wondering if we did in real time. Yes. Cool. Okay, let me move on here. Bradley, let's see what Bradley says. Oh, so Bradley is saying, what software other than EasyWebinar do I need to do live events? I understand Cam, Light, Mic, etc., but what other software is needed? WordPress, Autoresponder, Lead Pages, Shopping Cart, Authorize.net? What different software do you use to make live events and sell? This is a great question. Let me break it down for you, Bradley. You need EasyWebinar. You can install it on a WordPress site, okay? It's a very simple process to install it on a WordPress site. In fact, it can be your WordPress site. Your webinars can be your home page to your new WordPress site, okay? Those are two elements. First off, remember, WordPress.org is very, very inexpensive. So you do need to get a hosting. You need a hosting platform for your WordPress site. Then you install EasyWebinar onto that site. This stuff can take literally 5 minutes to do. And if you can't do it, then we have our producers who can help you. Finally, you need to have a YouTube account. Okay, if you're going to do the live events, you need to have a YouTube account. And if you have a Gmail account, you already automatically have a YouTube account. And all you have to do is go into YouTube and start a live event inside YouTube, grab the YouTube URL and put it into EasyWebinar's live stream page. This doesn't cost anything. YouTube doesn't cost a dime, okay? It's free. Now, it's also one of the most powerful live stream applications out there, and that's why we integrate with it. So you have those elements, okay? The final element is you were asking about a shopping cart. Well, if you don't have a shopping cart yet, you can simply use PayPal. sell your product, have put a PayPal URL that has the the buy option on it. So inside our software, what you would do is you would add a link that says get access now, and inside EasyWebinar you can do that, and it will be, you'll actually hyperlink it. I hope you know what that means, but it's where you'll add the URL for, say, a PayPal checkout page, right? And it's very simple to set up. So they click on that button inside EasyWebinar, it takes them to PayPal, and inside PayPal, that's where they can buy your program. And the cool thing inside PayPal is then, as soon as they purchase it, you can redirect them to a page, okay, just any page at all that has the product that they just bought, all right? And then now the cool thing is that you could even set up one of those pages inside EasyWebinar if you wanted to, but the other way to do it is just set up a page inside your WordPress site, okay? Again, all of this can be set up I can generally do this, all that, in less than probably 2 hours to set up a full kind of funnel like that to start selling things to my community. And again, we have our producers that could help you through this entire process. That is the thing. We want to be here to help you to understand if you're at a point where you're that much of a beginner to where you don't maybe have all the pieces yet, then let us help you. I mean, I needed that when I first started out. I needed to figure this stuff out. I was a complete novice when I first started out, and I'm not a tech guy. I actually did not create the software, everyone. I am sort of the visionary behind the software, but I have people that have developed it. I'm more of a teacher, more of someone probably like you who has a vision for something, wants to teach, and wants to help kind of the world. I know it's kind of corny, but that's was my overall vision. And that might be something that you want to do, and you don't want to have to consume yourself with having to learn all this stuff on your own. So I had to do, I went through a program where I went through a coach and just figured all this stuff out. And that's what we offer inside EasyWebinar. Once you come through, we have a producer's corner that can kind of help you with setup stuff. So I hope that helps. Dave is saying, okay, for automated webinars, where is the video hosted? Your site, my site, or Amazon? Great question. So for automated webinars, Dave, you can use Amazon S3, okay? If you have an Amazon S3 account. And Amazon S3 essentially is a hosting platform where you take your videos and you can upload them in through EasyWebinar into your own Amazon S3 account, and it costs literally pennies to do. Now, that's a bit more advanced. For some of you newcomers, you can simply use YouTube. This same video that you're watching right now, as soon as this live stream is over, I don't have to do a thing. I can end the broadcast, leave the YouTube URL in there, and it will start broadcasting in real time this exact live stream that I just did. So I don't have to record anything. I don't have to download anything. It's all done for me. And finally, Vimeo also works as well. So you can upload a video to Vimeo and put it right into our system. Okay? Hope that helps. And Dave also said, plays at local time zone is great. It's a must. Well done. Thank you, Dave, so much. Okay, let's see here. Oh, good. Awesome. Okay. Now, the cool other thing that you should know is that you can watch this on any device. Okay. In EasyWebinar, our custom template is awesome to watch, and it will stream your events out in real time, which is another cool thing. So I might go in and there's a guy's event that I want to maybe watch at 2 p.m. So I might do that. So just so you're aware, and I might show you while I'm on my phone. This is the cool thing. Also, by the way, I know I'm getting excited, but I could start a live event on my phone, and I could take you guys with me. I could travel just down the street, and you could be here, and we could do a live event while I'm on the go. I'm just getting so excited about that. That's one of the cool aspects of this. You could literally do a live event while you're walking down the street. And it's just one of those things that I really love. Okay, so Han is saying, can an EasyWebinar live webinar be set up using an RTMP streaming, such as Ustream, Livestream, BitGravity, instead of using Google Hangouts or YouTube Live? That is a great question. And Han, at the moment, we do not have that accessibility. However, at least, let me say this, let me preface that by saying, at least that's what I assume. But I just realized just recently that my developers made it to where Vimeo videos will play in real time. So it could be potentially that you might be able to test out a YouTube or a live stream link or a Ustream link and put it into our system, and it might potentially work. It's something you might want to check out. I am not sure, but you might want to check it out. At the moment, I think we don't, but into the future, we probably will. And by the way, I'm in my office, so if you do hear dogs barking, they're my dogs, because just out here, my wife is putting in a new couch. So so they're on the other side of the house, but dogs are very loud, and my house is very old and echoey. So that could be something you hear. So if you do hear it, I apologize. Okay, Bruce, how long should a webinar last? 45 minutes, 60 minutes? Bruce, this is a great question. And of course, it's all going to be dependent on your own personal preference. Whatever you prefer, that is that's essentially how it goes. So I would definitely say that, in my opinion, you want to keep someone's attention, and I think an hour is a standard that works. Sometimes I tend to do webinars that go hour and a half, 2 hours. It really just depends on how long it's going to take for you to connect on a heart-to-heart level with your community. One-on-one, just make that engagement. How long is that going to take you? Is it going to take you 45 minutes? Is it going to take you an hour? Now, as you guys probably remember, you may have gotten my download for the 6 strategy steps for of creating a profitable webinar. And that's a download that you should have been able to get if you didn't get it yet. It goes through and tells you exactly the common times for an entire webinar, from content. How long should the content portion be? 15 minutes, 30 minutes, what should it be? So I give you kind of a basis and an outline to work on with this document, and just ping me and let me know if you do have it, or if you don't have it, we'll get it sent out for you. But it should have been revealed here. If you came at the beginning of the webinar at this event, I had it pop in. So just let me know if you didn't get it, and we'll get that out to you. Can I answer? Okay, PC is saying, can I answer questions, etc., and attend to the chat during an automated webinar? Yes. Another virtual high five. Yes, you can. That's probably the brilliant thing about the automated webinar, is that you can be there manning the chat, and you can double your sales. Okay, double your sales. I was going to say quadruple your sales, but that's when you use my 4 types of events in your funnel, which I teach in my coaching program. So if you become an EasyWebinar customer, there is an option to do my one-on-one coaching, which is group coaching with me in February. Okay, where we literally dissect everything. You become a powerhouse in the webinar and event field. Okay, you get to know all this stuff, and that's an option when you come through to EasyWebinar. But the answer is yes. It's always yes. You can man the chat. In fact, what happens here is when someone has a question, all these questions, by the way, that you're asking are going right into my phone. So let's say this was a automated webinar, and I wasn't here live, and it was just the recording. Which, remember, as soon as this event is over, it becomes a recording, okay? But it still streams in real time. So as soon as that's done, I could be answering your questions while, at the beach. I already mentioned that earlier. You can be skydiving and still answering those questions, right? Or inside, manning a chat, like Chatroll or Chatwing, right in there, like I did last night for our rebroadcast. I hope that makes some sense. And thank you, PC, for the question. Okay, Randy says, hey, Casey, referred by Charlie Page. Oh, yeah, Charlie's program. Great. Please give your best shot at a quick comparison between this, Webinar Jam and Webinar Express. How can I use this to deliver audio, video content to iTunes, Stitcher as podcasts, as well as post to my own blog? Many thanks. Well, Randy, we are in a webinar platform. How we compare it to Webinar Jam? Webinar Jam is just live events only, okay? Evergreen Business System is automated events. And I want you to start understanding the difference between a replay, something that will play a replay video, and the difference between that and what an automated event is. An automated software allows you to stream out in multiple time zones, multiple times, multiple days, okay? It has very advanced scheduling, and that's what our software has. So it's not just, doing a live event and then playing a replay. That's not it. Our software will do rebroadcasts. They'll allow it to stream out in your attendees' time zone. It's much more robust than just that. And Webinar Jam just does the live events. Webinar Express, I believe, is just a live platform as well, but I believe Webinar Express became Webinar Ignition. And the difference between us and Webinar Ignition is that I believe we are one of only 2 softwares that will actually stream your video content in real time, us and Stealth Seminar. And I know that I'm throwing out a lot of names for those who don't know these names, but Stealth Seminar also costs $100 a month, limits you to 100 people on your automated webinars, where ours, you can have unlimited webinars, unlimited attendees for one low price, one single price. And right now, until Friday, that's when we move to our yearly price. But right now, it's one single price. So I hope that helps. Back to Webinar Ignition. Webinar Ignition, I think, does live and automated, but not as advanced as ours. And they've only been on the market for about, I think, a year doing their automated stuff. They started out with Webinar Express, and then they turned into Webinar Ignition doing automated. Here's the thing. We've been doing automated webinars since 2012. So we got all of this down to the down pat, okay? I do know that when they first came out, Webinar Ignition, they had a lot of bugs because they didn't know how to do the automated webinar stuff. We've had time to really figure it out, lay out everything, so there are no complaints from our customers on, hey, this event was supposed to stream at 2 p.m. In Pacific Standard and it didn't. That's something that we don't see. Our software has, we have over, at the moment, we're almost at 4,000 customers with our community inside Facebook with over 1,700 customers really highly engaged, and all of them are very happy with their automated webinars. We never see a complaint like that. So that is maybe one of the differences. I hope that helps, Randy. Okay, Clive. So Clive, how do you explain what you meant when you say you have a live chat during the automated webinar? How does that work? Well, the chat's similar to what you guys were doing it right now. This is a chat box that you guys can ask questions in, and it's feeding right into my email so I can see them. And this can apply both to an automated webinar or a live webinar. But we also have third-party chat boxes that can roll in, such as Livefire, Chatwing, Chatroll, Facebook. You can use Twitter as well. So you have all these options where you could do live chat while inside your automated webinar, right? I hope that makes sense. I've touched on it a couple times, and we have more information once you come on through, Clive. Okay. Awesome, Tanisha. Let's go to Megan. Okay, hello, Megan, StyleBridge Web Design. Welcome, welcome. Hello, is EasyWebinar mobile responsive? If not, is that on the list of future updates? Thanks, Casey. Guess what? It is mobile responsive. We have a custom template that we've completely, that we've focused most of our attention on with making it mobile responsive. So it's called the custom theme, and it is utterly mobile responsive. Now we have brand new themes that we just rolled in, and those are mobile responsive as well. There might be some tweaks that we're trying to do just to get those to have them laid out the right way, or the way we want. But the custom theme, which I'm going to show you, which a lot of our customers are using to just make their own brand, put their own branding on it, it works perfectly on iPad, iPhone, any device that you have. So thanks for the great question, Megan. Okay, Drew. Drew Griffin is saying, no real question, just wanted to say this. EasyWebinar 4.0 will change how I do business. So many opportunities to provide value and earn a substantial income and lifestyle. Thank you so much, Drew Griffin, founder, app developer, Podcasting Magazine. Thank you so much, Drew. Really appreciate you putting that out there. Sometimes we have to kind of mix it up a bit and put a statement out rather than just the questions. We still have a lot of questions coming through. I hope hope my voice can handle all this. Okay, do you have a to-pay option for the lifetime purchase option? You know what? At this point, John, we do not. Right now, we have a one-time opportunity to get EasyWebinar for a low price for a single payment, okay? And here's the thing. For a software that does everything that our software does, you're gonna normally pay, especially if you have like GoToWebinar, you're gonna see sometimes high monthly payments. GoToWebinar costs $500 a month, and that limits you to 1,000 attendees on the live event. With EasyWebinar, you can do an unlimited number of attendees on a webinar and create unlimited webinars, okay? So it's a fraction, not even just a fraction of the price. It's not even 1/9 of the price. It is literally probably 1/16 of the price right now, or even a better deal than that. Ours is just a one-time price that gives you lifetime access. So any upgrades we do, anything, when we roll into maybe a SaaS version later on where we are hosting everything for you, which we plan on doing in the next few months, you'll be grandfathered into that automatically. So you're never going to have to pay for another update, because when we go to that yearly payment that happens after this launch, okay, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, it's going to be, you're going to be locked in. That's the reason to come through right now. And I'm sorry, we don't have a to-pay option at the moment, but you know, I can definitely tell you that those who use our software and listen to how we do stuff, they have been able to make their money back within the first webinar. You can, if you sell one product for $297 or $397, you can make your money back of EasyWebinar like pretty quick, okay? And you just have to make sure that you're an action person. You put yourself into an action position to be able to do that. But we have the resources available to you so that you can do that, okay? I hope that makes sense. You know, that's the beauty of it. You know, we have people that have made, you know, yeah, $14,000 from one automated webinar, $16,500 from a week of doing automated webinars. But what about the people that use it every single day? Some people use our software every single day. We had Sonia Ramsey, I believe she had 10 people on her webinar and sold $1,000 worth of products. Only 10 people. So in that regard, just realize that you don't have to have a huge number of people on a webinar to find success. So, you know, I want you to start seeing that opportunity. I don't want you to see this as a burden. Don't buy it if it's a burden. Buy it if you see the opportunity, because that's what it is. I care very much about our customers, and like I stay up at night worrying about them. So when you come through, just realize you're not going to be left alone here. You're not going to be kind of left in the dark, okay? Inside our Facebook group, we have people that are wanting to help you, all right? And that's the thing. You're not going to find that with many softwares out there. You're not going to see that with a lot of other competitors. We have a community that loves each other, okay? We want to help each other. And we don't tolerate people that are negative as well. So if you're someone who's going to come into our Facebook group and start blasting other people or being negative, we don't want you to buy. We don't want you to come into the community. We want people that see the vision, want to take action, because it's real. You know, I've done that before. I was someone who was skeptical of stuff like this before in my life. You know, I never was online. I went offline. I was in real estate forever. I never did this. I never had a home office where I was streaming out live. This is crazy. To me, it's, you know, if you just sit back and think about the fact that, whoa, I don't really have a job. I'm doing this live event. My wife had no idea what this business was all about. Like, she would be able to call, she would say, Casey, what are you doing in your office all the time? I don't quite get what you're doing. You know, you're not going in and filling out paperwork. You're not going in and doing loans for people at their houses anymore. What is it you're doing? And this element is confusing to some people. They don't get it. They think it's just pie in the sky. It's not real. And for a long time, my friends felt the same exact way. They just did not believe it, didn't think it was possible. They thought, oh, what are you doing, selling MLM or something like that? No, I'm not, and I don't. And that's the thing that most people think. It's really a weird thing. So once I started to just put my business more out there, putting in a Facebook saying, this is what we do. We try to help authors, experts, entrepreneurs, businesses who have local stores, services, to just get their message out into the world on the web. People started understanding, I'm not an MLM guy. I do this to help people build their own communities. So that's where all this comes from. But before that, I was very skeptical. But now I'm a believer, and we want people to come through and be believers as well. So sorry for the rant. Let me get back to the questions. Oh boy, a lot more came through too from that. Can you just clarify for me, this is Angela, can you clarify for me your point around only works with WordPress? I don't use WordPress for my website. Does that mean EasyWebinar will not be a good fit? You know, Angela, it's just not going to be for you then. We integrate right now, and maybe in the future we'll have a fully hosted version where we do everything for you. And if you buy now, you get access to that when we do have it. And we'll actually help you set up a WordPress site if you don't have one. Just send us a message saying, hey, can I get it into your producer's corner? Can you help me set up a WordPress site to get this installed? We'll do it. But you need a WordPress site.org, okay, to do it. So you need to have a website such as WordPress in order to use our software. So if you don't have it, You can get one or choose not to get our software. That's the options that you have at the moment. So I hope that helps, but we'd love to have you in the community. We'd love to help you set something up if you wanted it. And also just realize that when we do have the hosted option, you guys, anyone who comes through right now till Friday gets grandfathered into that. Okay, so you don't have to have a website when we do that. So if you want to buy now and just wait for that to come out, you can do that. So just let me know, and just be in the community, just learning and absorbing, kind of figuring it out before you actually go. That's fine too, however you want to roll. We'd love to have you anyway, Angela. Okay, Rebecca at Advantage Leadership. When I watch your webinar, okay. When I watched your webinar as I watched this one, the presentation does not fill the whole screen, which is important when displaying PowerPoint. I couldn't really see any of your screen capture slides on your previous webinar. Oh, okay. If I take the lifetime option, what additional charges will I incur when I do a webinar? That's the second question that Rebecca had. So Rebecca, when you're doing a live stream like this, you can set video player sizes inside our software. Let me just look to see. This actually looks like it fills the entire screen when I'm looking now. When I'm doing this right now, I fill the entire screen, yes? But when I go back and I do the PowerPoint, it depends on how wide you go. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But when you're doing a live stream using YouTube Live and GoToWebinar, they may put some black bars on the side. I don't know. I think you can change that though within our settings because of the video size. But you can see that this goes full, right? You see how this one goes completely full all the way to side, yeah? So when you're doing the live stream you in front of the camera, that's how that can work. The other way is using YouTube Live and just grabbing a feed. It gets a bit more complex to not use Google Hangouts, but still use YouTube Live to do it. And in that regard, then you don't have those black bars. But for doing the presentation, you may get those. What I tend to do, we'll test it. Okay, we'll test it because I'm going to use a PDF and test it out. And oh, I think I have the solution. It was because I was grabbing the screen. I was grabbing the screen instead of grabbing the presentation. But the brilliant thing is I can grab a full presentation. Actually, let me quickly show you that, because I think it's important to kind of do this in real time so you can kind of really get a strong sense of how that works. So let me go into my Google Hangout and let me just see if I have okay. So now you should see a presentation right now, and let me know if that fills the full screen, okay? Once you get there, once it comes through, just let me know if it fills the full screen. Because this is, of course, my event launch blueprint slide. And it really talks about how to double, triple, and quadruple your program. Now, yes, I still see that it's, let me see if I can make this bigger, though. And let's see what that does. Okay, so yeah, I still see that it has the black bars on the side, yeah? Do you guys see that still? Oh, wait. It looks like I could actually adjust it. So it's just I haven't gone full screen, it looks like. Let's see. Oh, are you still seeing me? Oh, you're still seeing me. Sorry about that. Let me go escape this. Okay. So yeah, sorry about that. You're actually seeing me still. So you could extend it out to where it was full screen. I've done it before, so I know it can be done. I'd have to kind of play with it. Let's see if I can do this one more time and test it. Yeah. So screen share. Okay. So I'm doing it again. And let's go see if I can change this to be right full. Okay. Now let me know how it looks now, and I'll get back to your questions to kind of jump on back in there. Okay. There. That looks like it's more full. That's all the way full, isn't it? You see that now? So you can get rid of the black. You just have to fill it in the sides in. And I just didn't do that because we're sharing my screen. Okay. That's kind of how we were doing it. I think, right? Yeah. So that should go all the way full. Oh, I see. Sorry. Now it should be all the way full. I have two different screens, and this in one screen it's all the way full, and the other it's not. So yes, you can make it all the way full. Just be aware that it is now all the way full, so you can kind of go through and say, hey guys, here's the event launch blueprints, and you could do your presentation like this. Okay. So when you use a Keynote or PowerPoint and you go and grab the entire thing, that has the full. It will share the full site. Okay. So just be aware of that. Okay, let me come back to moi. Okay, here we are, back. I'm back. I'm back, everyone. Okay, let me just jump back into the questions that we've been having. Okay, here we go. Yeah, and Rebecca, looks like Rebecca, you just responded. Yeah, so you can see that when I did move it to the other screen, it did fill the full entire area. And it's just, you just have to, I'm using two screens, but if you use one, chances are it'll fill the entire thing. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so let me jump into Rusty's question. Is there a way to set up an event, but I only want to use for design and testing purposes so I can learn before really going live? Yes. You can set up one of these events and put them as unlisted so no one can find them and no one can see them, and you can do them privately, okay, just on your own. So just realize that, okay? Thanks, Rusty, great question. Yes, Yvonne, great. She is an HR consultant, so wasn't sure if she needed a product first. Your response is helpful. No problem, Yvonne. Alan, how does EasyWebinar differ the webinar facility within ClickFunnels? Okay, interesting question. We don't integrate with ClickFunnels, and ClickFunnels is not an automated webinar platform. They say they are, but they don't. They don't actually do live stream events that are streamed out in your attendees' time zone. They don't play in real time. They don't have advanced scheduling. They are really super basic, to where just like how a live event can end, you can schedule it again and it will play the pre-recorded video. But that's basic. That's not, our software goes beyond that. We actually go beyond to where you can stream it in a worldwide fashion to a much larger community. Hope that makes sense. Dean is saying, what is the best and easiest way to set up a paid event, using a landing page with PayPal button or on the EasyWebinar registration page? Dean, at this moment, the best way to do it is to use a landing page with PayPal. Okay, get them to come to the landing page, and then as soon as they buy, send them into the registration page, or send them off into our one-click registration, where now that they bought, they can just simply, you have their email, now they can be registered automagically to an event. Hope that helps. And it can be done for live or automated webinars. So Phil is saying, can you schedule automated webinars to play at the top of the next hour? Like if I go to a reg page now, it'll show option for 2 p.m. Yes, absolutely. You can set up multiple events. The cool thing is that for automated events, guys, this is what's super cool, that you could still register. People are still registering for this event. They can come in right now, come in live, because we're streaming out. And until it's over, people can still register. And that also applies to automated webinars as well. So people can continue to come in until the event is over. And with automated webinars, we automatically will drop off a time after it's done. So if 2 p.m. is no longer available, it drops off the drop down on the time available. So we have a really super dynamic registration box that is that's just really intuitive, really advanced, and no other software has that. Let me just go back in. Okay. Gita is saying, I have 2 different websites. Can I use the same license for those 2? Yes. with EasyWebinar, the license that you would get allows you to add EasyWebinar to your own personal sites, an unlimited number of them. So if you have 5, 6 sites, 7 sites, 8 sites, you can add EasyWebinar to all of them. Okay, hope that helps. It doesn't give you permission to add it to your client sites. We have a different version of that, which if you come through, you'll see that, to where we have a commercial version for our consultants and coaches for your clients, and it's an additional $97, and it gives you up to 5 additional sub-users. So, excuse me, your clients can actually log into their own EasyWebinar accounts to set up their own webinars. So you could sell EasyWebinar services at whatever cost you want to your clients. So it's almost like a resale license. It's not, though. We're not giving you permission to resell it. We're giving you permission to use it on your client sites and charge your clients absolutely anything you want. So I hope that makes a bit of sense. Okay, Robert. Do you have video tutorials for an instruction on how to use EasyWebinar for buyers? Yes, if you bought EasyWebinar, inside EasyWebinar, we have tutorials that will show you how to use EasyWebinar. Does that make sense? Is that what your question is? Or is your question, how do you get buyers using EasyWebinar? Well, I have a coaching program that teaches kind of how to do good sales webinars. It also teaches you kind of how to do the four different event types in a perfect event promotion to make money. So if you're interested in that level of knowledge, I do have a coaching program available. And when you come through EasyWebinar, you'll see it on the back end, and you can join me. It's live, and it's going to be during February. Okay, Sue. Okay, yes, Sue, I hope I answered that question. Yes, it is. It can be plugged into many different sites through WordPress. Yep, on multiple sites. Anna. Is the delay lag something you experience every time using EasyWebinar? There is always going to be a 30-second to 1-minute delay using Google Hangout and YouTube Live, although I don't really find it a problem. Personally, to me, I think it's actually okay. We just have a lot of questions, so therefore there's going to be a lag because we have a ton of questions. But generally speaking, if I am just doing my presentation, you don't know that there's a lag. Okay, you just know that this is a question that you asked 18 minutes ago. But this is not necessarily a lag. This is just because we have a lot of questions coming through. I hope that makes sense. Talk to me about the commercial license. Jennifer's like, talk to me. I hope I explained the commercial license. It is, I just said it actually, so you probably heard it, yeah? It's the one where you can use it up to 5 sub-users. Sounds like you have a bomb here. Podcasting will be important in our ministry launch. Can we move recorded audio, video to iTunes, Stitcher? Is the one-time price inclusive of lifetime upgrades? Yes, and yes, you can create these events, put them into iTunes. Right now, did you know in iTunes you can have video content? So why don't you do that? I kind of find that this is the most important thing. This is an event that's happening right now. I don't have to do anything or record anything. It's recording for me. And the brilliant thing about it is that people can do, it's all being done for me, okay? And the nice thing is, as soon as this is over, I can send it into iTunes and it can be a podcast series that I'm doing live. I don't have to do anything. It's amazing. So think about that. You can use this and use it as a part of that element. Also put it on your blog. Carl's saying, just got here. You any cooler today than you were yesterday? Yes, yes, I am. Do you accept affiliates so I can market this to my list? Yes, we do. We have a partners.easywebinar.com that we allow you to make a commission on our product if you want to sell it to your community. As long as you know, I hope that your community is someone who could use this, you know. But if you have a community, absolutely, most of our partners and affiliates are our own customers. So that's a great question, Judy. Thank you. Rebecca, how about extra costs after taking lifetime membership? Well, Rebecca, the only thing that we would recommend is SendGrid integration. It's an additional cost of $9 a month, okay? But it's not required, all right? EasyWebinar, you're getting full access, you get lifetime access, and you get a full license with that. You don't have to pay anything extra. If you want us to host your videos, that's going to be extra. If you want us to, if you want to do the SendGrid integration, that's going to be extra, and we highly suggest it. But you don't have to use it if you don't want to. We highly suggest it though, especially if you're going to do one-on-one events to a lot of people. Okay, that's when it's really useful. Okay, let's move on. Lauren, how's it going? One of my coaching students is here actually. It is an incredible deal. I love EasyWebinar and it has been worth its weight in gold. I made my money back this year as I began my webinars. It also built your list and business. Casey, you were awesome and have gone above and beyond. Thank you. So this is Lauren. No, Lauren, this is not recorded. She said, is this a session recorded? I have several friends who can't be on today who I'd like to send this to. Will you send it to us? Yeah, we'll probably set up a rebroadcast of this. I watched the first 30 minutes of the live event by my iPhone yesterday, and I was able to participate in the chat. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I'm glad you did. Thank you so much, Lauren. And Lauren was one of my launch stream, my coaching students, who is just done some amazing things this year, so much growth. And I'm glad that you made your money back with this. Again, you guys, this happens for many people. So you don't have to make billions and millions of dollars here. Okay, you just have to make one sale, a coaching sale of some kind, you know, sell your services. It's a very simple thing. Bradley saying, can I have 2,000 people on a live event using EasyWebinar? And are there additional costs involved? No, there are no additional costs. You can use EasyWebinar to get 2,000 people on your event. In fact, the way to do that, though, you have to understand, EasyWebinar is hosted on your own website. And as such, you just have to make sure that your server can handle having 2,000 people coming to its page. The live stream isn't going to have a problem. It's Google Hangouts, YouTube Live. It won't have a problem. Remember, they do like millions a day, okay? So it's about your website. And I do have specs for that. I would suggest, if you don't have this yet, that you at least have a VPS that has, I believe, 2 to 4 gigabytes of memory, okay? And that's what I would suggest for doing 2,000 attendees. That's the minimum. I would suggest having a dedicated server if you're going to do something like that. We have a dedicated server. I have a couple of them. And you know what? For doing events like that, it's worth it. Well worth the payment of a dedicated server, which can cost anywhere from like 150, 200 bucks a month to, well, that's pretty much standard for a dedicated server. But if you're streaming out and have 2,000 people on your event, you can afford that. That's a thing that you want to invest in for sure. So the answer is yes, Bradley. We are completely scalable based on your own website and server. Oh, we have Sonia Ramsey, who is also one of my coaching students. Yeah, so when Sonia said, when I show as full display mode, it does show the slide presentation. So to answer that question that was asked a while back, can it show the full screen? Yes, and Sonia proved it when she did it. She said, I take my PDF presentations and display in full screen mode. So that question that came earlier about can these go full screen, our customers are saying it can. These are people that are actual customers. If you come into our membership, they're in the Facebook group. They can show you just the settings that they've done. Right, Sonia? Right, Lauren, and anyone else who's doing this? I'm assuming you're going to say yes. So, and Sonia's saying, hey, I'm late to coming into the event. She said, I love EasyWebinar. I'm happy to share a testimonial. It's okay, Sonia, you don't have to. If you want to talk about it, I actually shared one of your stories, Sonia, about how you had 1,000 people, or sorry, 10 people on your site, and you, I think you made about $1,000. If you want to share that story, totally fine. It's up to you. We're here to listen if you want to share it. Oh, Geeta, thank you. Another high five. She just finished buying EasyWebinar. Thank you for answering my question. Of course, definitely here for you. Thank you so much for coming through. For those who did come through today, go ahead, and if you're still on this event, just leave me a message. Say, hey, yes, I did. I came through. I'm excited to go in the Facebook group. And then come into the group. Ask to join, because it's a private group for members only. You have to ask to join, but we will obviously welcome you in because you're one of our new members. So, you know, we'll give you some love, of course. So come on through, definitely. Dennis. Okay, for a health coach just starting out, what is the best way to get a WordPress site going? Also, would it make sense at this time to sign up for EasyWebinar if not ready to do webinars quite yet? Well, Dennis, you know what I believe? I believe that, if you plan on doing this, having this ready to go in your back pocket and buying a lifetime membership to EasyWebinar before our price increases might be a good thing to do. Might be a good time and opportunity to take advantage of it. Even if you're not using webinars yet, you plan on doing it in the future, now you'll have a software that's going to be able, you'll be able to come back to and say, now, I have this, I have the most updated version of it, and I see these guys are growing at rapid paces because we are always adding more and more stuff to our software. So you get in right now at a one-time price and you'll have lifetime access later on. Your question is, best way to get a WordPress site up and going? Well, it's really simple. You can actually go on YouTube and look at tutorials, but we actually have training stuff in the back office of EasyWebinar, or we can do it for you with our Producer's Corner. And once you become a member, inside your admin section, there's a Producer Corner area where you click on that. It'll pop up what Producer Corner is, and you can buy time with us to set up a webinar for you or set up a WordPress site. It's the same concept. We give you different packages like 5 hours or 10 hours or 20 hours or 40 hours. So we'll give you that much time and we can set up anything you want, any type of, if you want to get your website set up, we could do that as well. So you do need to have a WordPress site to use EasyWebinar, and we could do that for you once you come on through. So hope that answers your question, Dennis. That's one way to do it. The other way is to simply just go to Fiverr.com and get a WordPress installation done by someone up there. Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. It can cost literally probably $10 for an installation. They can help you with the process, maybe a little more, depending on what the kind of hosting program you do. But you can say, hey, I need to get a site set up. Basic site, basic WordPress site on a basic server at this point, and they'll set it up for you for really inexpensive. And that can take no time at all. They can just get it done really quick. And that might be a cheaper option than going with us because we are more producers. We kind of do the technical with EasyWebinar, and we cost more in that regard. But Fiverr is a good option if you wanted to kind of get a WordPress site set up pretty quick. Too sweet, as they say. Okay. Thanks, Casey. Looking forward to overcoming the scaries, Rusty says. Awesome, Rusty. And he said, how is this being recorded? Well, this is the thing. It's being recorded automatically, or automagically, as they say, with Google Hangout and YouTube Live. So I don't have to do anything. I'm not using any software that I've had to download. It's all built inside YouTube and Google Hangouts. As soon as I end this broadcast, I click this red button that's right down here on my screen, it will first off redirect you all into EasyWebinar, because that's built in with our EasyWebinar. And then it will create a recording of this presentation inside YouTube automatically. And you don't have to do anything changing the settings around in your EasyWebinar dashboard, because now that you've put this YouTube URL in EasyWebinar, the live stream URL, it automatically then converts to what was once live to now a recording. Virtual high five. So it really works well. I always say virtual high five. I hope I'm not annoying people when I say that. Craig is saying, where's Chris tonight? You worked well together last night. Back again tonight because I believe in your product. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Craig from Scotland. Thanks, man. Yeah, Chris was on the other day. I don't have him sweating profusely with me. It's actually much cooler here when he's not around. For a second, he just emanates heat. You know what I mean? So, okay, Barbara. So Barbara says, I have EasyWebinar, haven't used it yet, but option 1 for SendGrid versus Infusionsoft. When will your chat feature be available? Integration with lead pages in Infusionsoft. Will you be able to do training on this? Thanks. Yes. Okay, so that's kind of a lot of stuff you put into one thing, Barbara. But the answer is this. SendGrid for automated events. You can use your own Infusionsoft for one-time events, okay, in your own time zone. We integrate with Optimized Press or Lead Pages to add our widget, our iframe registration box, boom, right on top of your own Lead Pages page, Optimized Press 2 page. So now you have an automated webinar or a live webinar that integrates right into that. And we will have tutorials on that. We've had customers that set that up. Chris Farrell set up one for his Lead Pages. We have several customers that set up the events using their optimized press 2 pages. So yes, it's definitely doable. Okay, Randy, great answers, Randy says. So you embed this on your own site. This would replace instant teleseminar. How would you use this with Wishlist? Great questions. Yes, it would replace instant teleseminar. Yes, you would take this and put it into your site. It's essentially a WordPress plugin that you just upload to your plugin area in your WordPress site. But then you create all of the webinars inside EasyWebinar. And as soon as you click this publish and save, it automatically adds everything right into your WordPress site. And you don't edit anything inside WordPress. You edit everything inside EasyWebinar. So we're just essentially a bridge. We're using this as a bridge to get into your site, but you create everything inside EasyWebinar. I hope that makes sense. And you're asking about Wishlist. We do integrate with Wishlist to where when someone buys a membership, like say into a membership site, they could also be added into a webinar using EasyWebinar. So that's one of our features that we integrate with Wishlist to do that. And some people use that as the paid option to come in to pay for a webinar, essentially. They buy a membership into a membership site using Wishlist, and that adds them right into a webinar. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Randy, for that great question as well. And finally, Lauren. Lauren said, I did an answer question session today with my clients. I would gladly answer any questions to help out where needed. And she said, for the price, yes, it's a great investment. Buy now. So Lauren is saying buy now. Thank you, Lauren. I could show everybody, these are all real. I could show you where these are popping in. I'm having them literally pop in to my one of my emails so that I can see them in real time as they're happening. And in fact, let me just quickly check, because what I'm going to do, so we still have quite a few people on. For the last bit, what I was considering doing is just quickly sharing my screen. And again, please be well aware that it's not in full screen mode, but I was going to share my screen and quickly show you some of the other types of designs that other people have done. And let's finish this up in the next 15 minutes, because this was a long Q&A. I didn't even get into showing anything because there were so many wonderful, wonderful questions that came through. And Dominique is saying, how many attendees are allowed on EasyWebinar? And what type of customizations are you allowed to do on EasyWebinar? Okay, with EasyWebinar, Dominique, you are allowed unlimited attendees. You can actually decide how many attendees you want. You can cap it at 100 if you wanted to and stop the registration process. So only 100 can come in. That's an option inside EasyWebinar. But if you don't, you can have unlimited attendees coming to this event. And the customization can be really, really quite advanced. You could do a lot of customization to your own branding, add your logos in there. And I can show you some of the things that people have, in fact, done doing this, if you'd like to see it. So let me just quickly pull this over here. Dun, 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 dun. And by the way, you'll notice right now, you'll notice under this video that we have a bonus package when you come through today. A $1,900 bonus package of EasyWebinar, okay? Of various things that are designed to help you with everything from getting traffic to understanding how to do live stream, to, like, I'm just looking at what I'm giving away, to images, high resolution bundle of images that you can put into your presentations and videos to just make them more high converting. We have the promo video and registration conversion masterclass, where I literally show you different pages that convert. Okay, I show you which pages do better than others. Because here's the thing, you know, a lot of people wonder, Casey, what makes a high converting webinar? How do you get a lot of registrants, you know, versus visitors? And one of the ways, you know, it's just a question of keeping your message congruent from every step of the way, from people landing on the registration page to coming through. So if it's something they're really wanting, you're going to get a high conversions. And I can show you something that you would never expect. You wouldn't have thought this page gets this high of a conversion, but in fact, one of our pages that was super duperly simple had about a 68% conversion, maybe even higher when we did it live. So let me see if I can pull up and show a bit of my screen, and then we'll go in. And by the way, is there anybody who wants to come into the room with me? I can invite you in and you can kind of hang out with me for a little bit. Let me know. I can send it off to you. Just send me, put the message in below saying, yeah, I'd love to come into this live session with you. You wouldn't be, popping in here, but we can take up to 10 additional people in this live room with me, but you can stream it out to an unlimited number of people. So very cool stuff. Okay, I'm going to share my desktop. Share screen. Okay, so you should be seeing my desktop right now, and you can kind of see that we're on this particular page. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of look at the different pages that we have. Let me go full. Okay, so here is one of the pages. Okay, so as you can see, this is one of our templates, and this is the template you came through today. I changed, and by the way, you can change templates in midstream, and you probably noticed that I did that. This used to be a different template that you guys came into, and then it changed suddenly, right? That's the cool thing. You can change a template for an event while it's happening. It's really cool. This is called our two-step opt-in process, and you can have anything from videos to not having videos on here, and obviously register. Come on through. Here's a thank you page where people can register, right? Share news of the event, etc., right? I'm going to close that. But here is the webinar that had a 68% conversion. That means those people that came to the page registered. 68% of those people who came to the page registered. And if you notice, look at it. It's nothing amazing, right? Absolutely nothing amazing. It is literally just a page. I mean, it's just text, and that's all it is. There we go. So that's all it is. And I've set it to be an automated webinar, and it's streamed out in my attendees time zone. So if I were to give you this link, okay, which is EasyWebinar, which actually is, demo.easywebinarplugin.com, webinar powerhouse reg, you'll see that if you're in a different time zone than me, it'll show a different time zone, right? So let me actually show you. I have an event that actually started at 1:30. So if I register for it, Casey Zeman at yahoo.com, register for this particular event that's happening, it automatically brings me right into the event, right? At the point at which the event is in, right? You see that? So it's at 52 minutes into the event, because this is streaming live in real time. That's the brilliant thing about the software, is that it'll stream these events as live. Okay, this is streaming as live. All right. So if I refresh the page, it's not going to start from the beginning. It's always going to start at the point that it is in the event, which is 53 minutes in. It started at 1:30 p.m. my time. That's exactly 53 minutes ago. Okay. That's how the software essentially works. Here's somebody, one of our customers who's using EasyWebinar, and I think he actually is using. He's actually using Vimeo, I believe. So he's streaming it out in my own time zone, and I can schedule this. I think he's still doing this. Let's just make sure. And I'm assuming that he's still running this with the video that's in there currently. I'm assuming it's still happening. So it's going to take me to the countdown page prior to the event starting, right? And boom, it's now, however long it is in the event, it started at 2, so it's 24 minutes in. Guess what? This is a Vimeo video. So we will stream Vimeo video in real time. He decided to have the black bars, everyone, just be aware of that. Now, the only thing about a Vimeo video is that you can pause it, even if it streams real time. That's the only thing about the Vimeo compared to YouTube video. But if you refresh it, it will still stream in real time. So, you know, it will come back to the page and jump right to the point where it is in the video. So we stream out Vimeo videos as well in real time. Pretty awesome stuff. Here is one of our customers, or members, who is really an awesome person. Let me pause this. Sorry, Greg. Hickman, I'm going to have to pause you, buddy. Here's one of our really awesome customers who also has a really strong community of powerful people. I love her to death. Her name is Kimra. And Kimra has created her own pages using our software. So, you know, she's really made this really beautiful. And you can, you know, register for her event. And I'm just like registering for all these events right now. So I'm going to get a ton of notifications coming through different emails. So, you know, you can register for these events. And here is her thank you page. And if I go back into my email, I'll get the notification of the next event happening, right? So I wanted to show that to you so you could kind of get a sense of how other people are using it and kind of the designs that they're using, especially with the custom template that people have really loved. And these templates, by the way, are completely mobile responsive. So if you take it, if I take it and go this way, sorry, my screen is absolutely a mess. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, people. Here we go. So as you see, completely responsive. This is what it looks like when it's on iPad and iPhone and et cetera, et cetera. And FYI, the video event will play in real time on iPad and iPhone as well, okay? So now there was another person I wanted to show. This is the one you guys signed up for, just a quick setup. Where is that lady? Let me see. I'll see if I can find her stuff over here, because I really liked what she did. She also did something really, really cool. And I'm just going to show that as well, because I love highlighting people that are really making, you know, really beautiful EasyWebinar pages, just making it happen, and just realize that you can do this. I mean, this is something that as soon as you come through, you have the option of doing. Here it is right here. Let me pull this over now. So do you see this? Here's another one. Really beautiful. Great branding. And by the way, this could be a video or an image. So we have these customers who are using them as you can see, images. But, you know, really pretty. So using our software as the one-time event. Looks like she's even maybe streaming it in her own time zone. So let me go through. I'll register for this event. I think I can use this other email. Sometimes when you start using other emails, there we go. So now this is her thank you page, really beautiful. And this is the countdown page prior to the event starting, right? Yeah, you can see. And I just really, really love this. I'm going to get an email from her. I can save this to my G calendar right now automatically, and it will add it straight away. This is the link that will add me right into the event itself, and this is all added right into my email. So I did want to quickly show you what other people were doing, just so you can kind of get a sense of how beautiful and crisp and clean these pages can be that you can create with EasyWebinar. And of course, you know, you saw the other one, which was the, if you came to the other event that I did with Chris, that was a cool design as well. Okay, let me come now back to moi and finally finish up here and answer any other questions that we might be having. So I'm back. Hello, hello. Can you see me? I'm back, I'm back. And so now, yeah, let me go in and do some questions with you. Okay, so do you have any other questions? Let me just check to see if we have any questions coming through still. You, gosh, yes. Okay, let me just come on through here. Can you show people in automated webinars and have those numbers fluctuate? Yes, you can show that number fluctuates of how many people are coming into the webinar. Exactly, that's exactly what you can do. Absolutely. Pedro. I hope that helps. Yes. Okay, Craig would like to come in. I'd like to join the event. Okay, who else? Yeah. Sure, bring me in. Okay. Sonia, nice. Yes, Dominique, you're asking if you could do an audio event. Well, check this out. I'm going to show you how you can do an audio event. All right, watch. I'm turning my camera off, and now I can finally relax because now you guys can't see me, so I can just chill. But now, yes, I'm doing just the audio as such. So this is exactly how this works. I hope that helps. Stephanie is saying, does this video play on Android as well? Yes, it does, Stephanie. Can you add a video to your live presentation, and how? Ooh, good one, Rusty. Yes, you can. Well, with Google Hangouts, you can't, but with YouTube Live integration, absolutely you can. I didn't set this up with using YouTube's Live integration with another live stream platform. Right now, when you use YouTube Live and EasyWebinar, you have an option of using what I'm using right now, which is a Google Hangout, essentially. Okay, I'm just using the Google Hangout technology to do this. But you can also use YouTube Live integration with other technology where, like, for instance, it's called Wirecast. And it's a bit more not complex, but you just have to get the knowledge behind it. And it will let you live stream video content. It'll let you fade from one camera to the next. It gets more advanced for live streaming. But the cool thing is with YouTube Live, you can simply integrate Google Hangout technology where you can send people off and come into the room with you. So I could send off to, I can copy this and send this off to you guys to invite some of you in. Lena is saying, what's the benefit of using EasyWebinar instead of just Google Hangouts? Well, Ingrid Lee put it really good. If you're on, go to easywebinar.com and go down to one of our case studies with Ingrid Lee. She explains exactly why EasyWebinar instead of Google Hangouts. EasyWebinar allows you to, first off, collect registrants. It allows you to do automated events that you can't do with Google Hangouts. It allows you to essentially offer buy now buttons and know exactly who your most engaged viewers are. Just using Google Hangout alone doesn't really do that. It doesn't compel that, doesn't get that data, that hard data that is good for you to know who your most engaged people are. It's kind of built, Google Hangout integrates into us, not the other way around, okay? We're not built into Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts integrates into us, all right? So eventually, you'll be able to do other live stream using our software. But our software is the tool that will allow you to kind of know who your most engaged viewers are, collect leads, and make sales. Okay, that's essentially what EasyWebinar is all about. Okay, it creates an ecosystem for you. Hope that helps, Lena. Okay, let me go into the email here, see if I have any questions. Is there a way for attendees to actually speak, to ask questions, or share? Marilyn, this is a great question. And the only really way to do this, there might be an integration with the Google Hangouts where you can have a phone number go through. And in that case, people can call in. Like I could actually put my phone number and give you guys a call-in number where you can then, hey, call me and say, Marilyn, you could say the same thing. Hey, is there a way for attendees to actually speak, to ask questions or share? You could do that right into the phone, and I could respond to you. So there are elements of that you can do. The other elements would be I can invite you into the room with me, okay, as well, which is kind of nice. Dominique is saying, can I set up a live broadcast page without having people register for each page? Can I just send them the link? Yes, yes, you can, Dominique. That is a great question. And if you notice, some of you probably registered for this event, but some of you just came to the countdown page. Well, inside EasyWebinar, I can send out this countdown page where it will automatically redirect you into the event room before the event starts without you having to register for the event, okay? And you can send it out on the fly, just like I did for this event. I didn't really give a lot of notice for this particular one, but we have several people on right now. So just so you're aware, you could do that. And it's really great for putting on, say, events like right on the fly. So yeah, that's a great, great question. Just awesome. Randy's saying, just awesome. Does the documentation explain getting hosting? Our site is going to be large. We can start smaller than that and then grow in the future. Dedicated servers with mirror backends moving up. Yes, Randy, we tell you what we suggest for doing live stream, such as what size servers you need. If you're going to do live stream, it's always good to have that. But automated webinars, kind of different because normally on an automated webinar, you don't get as many people coming to the event unless you're doing the automated webinar as a one-time event. Because automated webinars, they can be one-time events. Just imagine if this was the one-time event and I scheduled it and it was pre-recorded. That's still an automated webinar. It's just a one-time automated webinar. But with EasyWebinar, you have the option of doing one-time automated webinars or live events, and also recurring automated webinars and live events. And in that regard, usually for live events where you have a lot of people coming to one event, you'll need a good server. And yes, we do have information all about that inside EasyWebinar. Okay, so let me go in now. Some of you did ask to come in. Let me see. I think it was, I will send a message to Sonia saying, got it. Here you go. Sending for Sonia to come on in. And Bradley is saying, I've done live seminars for over 16 years. I've done live online events this year. One thing that drives sales at a live event is when everyone sees a lot of people buying in the back of the room. Do you know of anyone who's figured out how to simulate this with EasyWebinar? Maybe something like this with a home shopping network style. Well, here's the thing. I could, technically I could show you people are buying, EasyWebinar right now. And that's the thing is, all I have to do is show you my screen grab, and it will show you all the people that are purchasing EasyWebinar. In fact, let me do that. So you can kind of get a sense of how that works. So you know that people are actually coming in and doing this, right? So here, let me just share my desktop. And I don't normally do something like this, but this will give you an idea of who's coming through and buying EasyWebinar. This is just from thus far today. And so that I hope gives you just an idea. It looks like we actually have some people that are coming through and coming into our coaching students, coaching slots as well. So Jennifer, congratulations. Thank you so much for coming in and being a student with us in February. It's going to be fun. This is something that Sonia Ramsey and a few others have done. So congrats, congrats, congrats. I'm glad that you're going to be in there as well. So again, that's what you could potentially do, Bradley. I hope that's okay. I've just never, ever, ever done this before where I actually shared that. Hope that's okay. But you can effectively do the exact same thing. I can say to people who have now purchased, so let me jump back over. You can just start calling out the names like, oh, sorry, hold on. Like Joel K. Peterson has just come in. We have Jennifer Lanker has just come in. Thank you so much, Jennifer. She's come through. Wendy got the sub-user account. She might be doing something for her clients. So welcome, Wendy. Glad you're in. We have Jack D. Miller, who's also in. Thank you so much, Jack, for coming in. Trusted Advisors. I really appreciate that. It sounds like you might be a CPA company. Ginda, who is on this call, just said she came in as well. Thank you. Or she or he, I can't tell. I don't know which, but I will probably know you as soon as we come in deeper into the room. Jacqueline Russell came through. Welcome, Jacqueline. Thank you so much for being one of our newest people. And of course, Jennifer Klanger, I hope I'm saying your name right, is one of our launch stream members. So woohoo, awesome. Coaching on the way, coaching this next month coming through. I can't wait to have you there. And we have just so many more people that have just come in. Marie A. Lanotti came through from New York. Welcome. And we have Mariah Dolan from Minnesota, it looks like. I can now actually see their cities because it's in the receipt. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Christopher Mikolowski, welcome to you as well. I'm glad you are in. And I could, of course, also show you the back end of EasyWebinar for those who have never seen it. I could definitely show you that if you wanted to see that. Just let me know. I'm here for you to do that. I invited, I think I invited Sonia into the room, but let me see if I have anybody else I can maybe bring in. Oh, it didn't work, Sonia. I couldn't seem to get it sent to your email. Yeah, no problem, Carl. I'm not really about showing my screen. That's just not, I feel really weird about showing you like who's coming through, but you probably want to get a sense that, you know, this is something people are using. Our Facebook group is thriving. We have over 1,700 people. I could show you that as well if you wanted to. So you can get a sense that, you know, you're not just going to be left in the dark here if you want to start doing webinars. We are definitely a community and a company that is just continuing to do a whole bunch of stuff. So why don't I just quickly do that so you can kind of get a sense of who's in the Facebook group, what you get as soon as you come through inside the Facebook group. And Joel Preston just asked to join us in the Facebook group. So here, let me share my screen one more time. I hope that's okay, so you can kind of see the folks that are in the Facebook group, the support that you're going to be getting when you do come on through. So here we are right here. Okay, here's the Facebook group. We have, at the moment, we have over 1,800 members. Joel Preston just came through. Welcome, Joel. Awesome. These are all customers who are wondering about doing automated webinars. Oh, it's Jim's birthday. Jim, happy birthday, brother. Sorry, I have to write Jim. He's one of he really helps out with support in the group. Love you. Okay. As a reminder, so there are people that are they're asking questions, they're helping. Everybody is in here doing their thing. There's Rob who just came in. Awesome, Rob. Welcome. So just, this is the place, people. This is the place to kind of communicate with everybody, figure out what you want to do, talk to everybody else, get a sense of what you're looking to accomplish with EasyWebinar. So that's that's essentially how that works. Now, when you do come on through, you are going to be brought right into the admin section of EasyWebinar. This is the admin area of EasyWebinar, and immediately you'll get the option, get the installation steps to put this right into your WordPress site, and then you can start by then going through the tutorials in the video tutorial section right here. Okay, and just start going through the process of figuring out how this stuff works. All right. Now, a couple other things that you should know. You would list your domain, okay, right here, right? And as soon as you list your domain, you would submit, and then you'd grab your access key, grab that, and you'd put that right into your WordPress site, where you can then start immediately jump in. And we have training tutorials on how to do this. It's a very, very simple process, okay? You just take that, and then what you do is you take the download, you download the software, you install it to your WordPress site, wordpress.org, as a plugin, and then you add your access key in, okay? That's how this works. That's how easy it is to get set up with EasyWebinar. Would you guys like me to show you that really quick? Put it in the chat box. Yes, Casey, I'd like you to show that to me. That would be great. Or let me know, okay? Let me know. Will you be around in the future? I hope so, yes. We've been around, EasyWebinar has been around for the last, since 2012, so we're not going anywhere. Randy is saying, off to the sales page. Thank you so much. Some creative thoughts for using your product. We want to use your product for a global digital evangelistic ministry. Your thoughts on applications to include fundraiser donations. What are your thoughts? I think that's absolutely fabulous. You can actually add buttons underneath the events where people can actually donate if you wanted to. But just like what you're seeing here, you probably saw some, what we call them as timed events pop in to where they show you various events that you can, like buy now buttons, other things that all are tracked within EasyWebinar. And I can actually show you that so you can kind of get a sense of how that works. So you go to the dashboard to start editing your events. And let me go into this particular event, this one right here, okay? And what you're essentially going to do is you're just going to go through the process of setting up your event, your registration page, the thank you page, and event page. That's what the software builds out, all right? It builds out. You can use any of these templates. It's really simple to use. Not only that, but we have a full analytic area. So you can show your stats. Let me show you this. This is pretty powerful stuff. Inside, you can see your most engaged viewers by how much they watch. So watch this. I can choose to see who watched 50% or more of my event, and if they say took an action, right, or watched a replay, right? So let me filter those results, and now I can see who watched more than 50%. See, here are the guys that have watched more than 50%. Selena, Preston, Bert, Phyllis, Anthony, right? And what I can do with these people is I can select them and I can generate a report to send them a specific message based on their interest level, right? So that's really cool. I'm not going to do that at the moment, but I can also see when they ask questions, okay? Now, these people have not asked a question, but let me see if I can click on took an action, bring that back, and filter the results. Okay, it doesn't look like I have that feature rolled into this particular event. But what I can do is show you a different event so you can kind of get a sense of how this works. One of the things that I really like is that I could show you, this is a very skewed, by the way, this is very skewed because I get, at this point, this is like tracking like triple the amount of visits that I'm actually getting. But I can actually show you what, say, visits have been over the last, say, 2 days. Apply. Kind of get a sense for that. The results. I don't think that's also skewed as well. And I think it's because I had this registration page shut down for a while. But the idea behind this is I want to show you people that took action and filter results. Oh, and hold on. Apply. Okay, so here's Gita, who actually just came into EasyWebinar. These are the questions that she has asked. And as you can see, they're added automatically right into her program. And she actually came through in the last day or so. So, and by the way, for a while, this was turned off. And this is like a lot of Facebook traffic and also double visits that are coming in. So this is skewed. This is not how you the level of visits that you would probably normally see in your events. Okay, just be aware of that, especially if you have a social share element added to your system. Our system will track how many people come from social sharing, so it tracks that. So, but that's you can see the conversions as they are laid out, especially on that one that I showed you. This one in particular here, these stats are actual stats that are true and real, and they make a lot of sense. So we had 484 visits, 301 registered. Okay, that's pretty accurate. So that's about a 68% conversion. Someone has to do that in their mind for me, but that's exactly how all that works. Okay, so let me just see if I have other questions that are coming through. Yes, I have quite a few questions. So let me jump back to moi, finish some of these questions. So by the way, this is where I see the questions coming through. They're just being sent right into my email that I've decided to set up for this particular event. So you can kind of understand where all the questions are happening from. Okay, just pulling myself back up onto the screen. I'm back. Okay. Awesome, Carl. Carl said, I just bought both because the product looks fantastic, but also because of you. Oh, thank you. You have a great personality. I feel like I can trust you. Thanks. You know what? I think that I try to make it just to show, just to completely be transparent about what's happening in my business, who's coming through. That's why we have people that are on this call right now who are EasyWebinar customers. They are. I didn't ask them. I'm not soliciting them to come through. They want to come through to share their stories and their case studies and their experiences with using EasyWebinar. Which, Sonia, let me try that one more time to get you into the room. I think. Okay, that one is correct. So reply. Here we go. I'll put that through. Yes, please show us. Yes, of course. Let's see, Jennifer. Yes, oh, sorry to scream. Yes, Jennifer is asking, okay, so everything is done in EasyWebinar back office and not in WordPress. Yep. You create all the pages inside EasyWebinar and you click save and publish. They're sent right to your WordPress site, okay? That's how that works. Now, a couple things I want you to be aware of, okay? Okay, oh, okay, I can show the WordPress stuff. Things I want you to be aware of. You want to make sure that on your WordPress site, you don't have any like weird caching plugins because that can cause issues. So please be ultra aware of that you don't have those in there. You have kind of a clean installation. Sometimes they even suggest putting EasyWebinar on a subdomain, okay? But that is, but we integrate, we're completely compatible with Optimized Press, Lead Pages, any kind of page builder. But when you get caching plugins, that can cause an issue because our software is really advanced. And people that get redirected from rooms to one room to the other, if you have a caching plugin, it could cause a problem. So just make sure you don't have that. And if you have any questions about that, just ask the group, put a message into our help desk, and my guys will say, okay, this is the problem, let's fix this, boom, we got this done. So just be aware that, even if there's a problem, we're here to help, okay? And I think that's important for you to know that even if something is going on because it's your server, and like any WordPress plugin, if you have like thousands of plugins that aren't that are old or outdated or have weird coding, it could cause conflict, and that's when we want to just be there to kind of help out and make sure that we're getting in there to help. So just be just to be really ultra clear about that we can make sure this gets set up properly. It's just a question of us looking at it. If you have any issues, and then boom, we can handle it. So just be aware of that. Okay, so I am going to go and grab this and just load that in. I'm actually going to do what you've requested and show you how it looks from the back end of your WordPress site. Okay, so just give me 1 second while I grab this information. Oh, here we go, right here. Okay, sorry. I know I have such an intense look on my face right now while I'm doing this. Okay, so I am in, here we go right here. Okay, let me move and share my screen again. Okay, 1 second, here we go, bam, bam, bam. Okay, so this is what it looks like inside EasyWebinar. Now, once you install the plugin, you're going to add a new plugin, and essentially you're going to upload the plugin. You're going to choose a file, and what happens is when you click the download inside EasyWebinar's dashboard, which is over here, right? It's automatically going to give you a webinar plugin, and you essentially upload it as it is. It's a zip file. You just simply click open. And it will open it, it will think about it, and it'll say, yeah. Boom, you're ready. Click install. Click, boom, yes, it's ready. That's all that happens. It just says, click to activate. You click yes. Then you come back in. You go back to the pages, or rather, sorry, you go back to, you'll see it activated, and you can go back into the plugins, and you'll see that if it says deactivated, that means it's activated, okay? And then you'll see this EWP right over here. And this is where it's going to ask you to put in your access key. Okay, that's that access key. And then as soon as you do, this window will open up to where you can then go into any of these particular windows and start editing your webinar. This will redirect you right into EasyWebinar's pages. So like if I click on that, it'll send me right into the dashboard of my account, which is right here, right? So it sends me right into my EasyWebinar page. Does that make sense? So that's effectively how it works. I hope that makes sense. I hope that wasn't too quick, but that's exactly how that works. And I see that Sonia is here. Hi, Sonia. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me in the green room, or actually the meeting room.
What's that?
No, I said great to be a part of the room tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. I couldn't hear you at first. I think my volume was too low.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you either, so I jumped back out and came back in. So we're good.
Okay. How are you? I haven't talked to you in so long. How are things?
Pretty good. I'm actually creating a lot of events. I did a webinar last week and I used Facebook ads for the first time to drive traffic in and just really getting comfortable with the software. And I tell you, I've been with the software from the beginning and just,
Hmm.
I mean, I'm at the point now where I can set up the meetings, the events pretty quickly. I know
Yeah.
how to navigate and it just, people have been asking, it seems like a lot of questions about what it can do, what can it do. I mean, I've purchased a competitive software and I've compared them, and this is just hands down much, much better. And what I love about it is the Facebook group, and just when people have questions, everybody's
Yeah.
just so willing to help one another out. It's not just you or Lewis or Jim, but it's everybody. So,
Well, and you're in there. I mean, thank you so much. I saw you in there just today and yesterday. You were in there helping out people. I mean, it's just you guys are all fabulous. I just love it when I mean when people just take the concept of this I call it the what is it, the Amish, that the barn raising thing. I talked about this before, where everybody's there to kind of help one person raise their business up. It's just so community driven, and that's really what this is what I've always wanted in this particular for our software, for this business. Not just a software, yes, that's it, and we could be very hands off like many software that are out there where the customer service is nil. But we put ourselves out there. We want you to come into the group. We have a help desk that is active. We don't just hide. That's the thing about it. And I just love the fact that we're at a point where you guys are there helping as well, just being active and just being a part of the community to help the new people that are coming in that might be a little overwhelmed or had some questions. It's just really great to see that level of community. So
yeah, I just wanted to give back because I remember when I was struggling with, I bought the software because I wanted to do the automated events, and I didn't want to use YouTube at the time. I had recorded my stuff on ScreenFlow, and I didn't know how to set it up in such a way that if someone came in 15 minutes into the event, would they be at the beginning or 15 minutes into the event? And I remember very vividly, it was about maybe 7, 8 months ago, Jim was there, and it was probably 11, 12 o'clock his time, and he just really took some time. He did a tutorial, he did a quick video for me, put it on YouTube so we could go back and forth and just help me. And it was because of the help and the hours that he spent with me, I was able to get that up and running. So,
yeah.
when you have those kind of people in the group, you just want to do what you can to help new people coming in because we all have been there. So
And
it's
the thing about that is Jim wasn't in our help desk. I mean, he
no,
was not
not at all.
someone who we pay to do that. I pay him to do some stuff now, but at the time, he was just someone who's like, hey, I want to help people out. I see this as valuable because I would want the same thing for me personally. So, that's what I loved about it. It was like just people that know that sharing and caring is like the currency that's really needed.
Right.
So yeah, you're absolutely right.
And
Uh,
I'll just say this one thing too. I remember when I purchased EasyWebinar, I didn't even know what a webinar was, but I just thought, well,
mhm.
it looks like something I should buy, right? And what I've seen is just how you guys have really taken the input from all of the customers and the Facebook group and what we've wanted to see in the software, and you just roll up your sleeves and you get it done. And I know in particular, not bashing another software company, but a competitor, you didn't have that kind of support. And that's what I really love about the software. I've just seen it grow and grow, and I know it's going to continue to get better and better. And I always would say, this software is the best kept secret because people weren't really talking about EasyWebinar. So now
Right.
it's great to see a lot of buzz about the software. So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, we're seeing, yeah, well, of course, yeah. We were, we nurtured our community from when it was extremely small, before we had 1,000 customers, to now, where we're almost pushing 4,000 customers, and we've just, and the thing is, the nurture hasn't ended. It's just stayed the same, and we're just kind of scaling up, with what we can do as we push on to have even more people come into the room. So it has been great. And you know what's amazing, Sonia, is your growth. I just love to see, I love the growth that you've had over the last year with doing webinars, doing online events. Sonia wrote an amazing book and became a best-selling author on Amazon. And did you use any events to kind of promote or publicize to your people about the book?
No, because I was just so focused to get it done, but I'm actually going to do another launch this quarter, so I'm definitely going to leverage the software. Yeah, it was just a lot of people don't know I've been building my business while still having a day job, so it's
Yeah.
just a lot to do, and I'm going to be full time in March, so I'm excited about that. And so there's more and more events. I'm going to be doing weekly events. Some just giving value, some I'll be selling and making offers. But what I also love about the software, people, I was a launch stream member as well, and
Yeah.
we did we did the training in EasyWebinar, so you can use this platform to have private events if you're going to do coaching with your clients. So it's a great platform to do a lot of those types of things too. So
Absolutely. That's one of the things. We had a question earlier. It was like, do I have to have a product? And that's one of the things I taught you guys in LaunchStream. It's like you don't have to. You can create what we talked about as a boot camp, a coaching platform, and to where you can use EasyWebinar to schedule events like every Tuesday at 2 p.m. and coach someone personally, and do it that way, because you can use EasyWebinar as a private platform, right, to where you can use Google Hangouts and YouTube Live and set that event to unlisted. That makes it private, so you can now bring in those who are members, and we're the only software that does that. Like most software that are, say, Google Hangout plugins, they are always going to be public, okay? Always going to be public instead of private, like what we can do. So that's the biggest thing. And I believe Webinar Jam is somebody who is a plugin for Google Hangouts, just to kind of make people understand how that concept works. So yes, you can.
Well, I was going to say I've been in some of those events where you just click the YouTube icon in the corner, and now you can watch the event in YouTube, and then you can share that URL with anyone. So you don't have that privacy, or at least control that piece of it. So everything is in-house.
And if you guys are here, you can check and you can try clicking on that link. And we don't make it easy because we put that overlay on there, but you can maybe you'll get lucky and get that thing clicked, but we don't make it simple. And that's because we want you to keep within the ecosystem of EasyWebinar. So let's see. Lena's saying, do you have 2 computers going right now? And yes, I do. I have not 2 computers, but I have 2 screens. I have this screen and this screen. That's why sometimes I'm looking down here, and that's why I'm looking up here. I have my computer, or my camera set up on this screen here, and then this is the computer. So I have 2 screens, 2 monitors. I hope that makes sense. And Lena's also saying, do you have a money-back guarantee? Yes, of course we do. I have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you can't get the software to work, or we can't get the software to work for you, you can have your money back. No questions asked. Absolutely. Let's see, what else? And we have Carl, we have Vicky. How do you flick the screen back and forth with, like, each person is talking like you're doing now? I knew someone was going to ask that question. I've watched online summits that are obviously pre-recorded doing that. Yeah. And the cool thing is, Vicky, you can use our software for doing online summits. And Sonia, do you want to tell her why it does that back and forth clicking?
Oh, well, in Google Hangouts, when someone speaks, it just toggles. So if we're talking at the same time, it'll actually flip pretty fast. But maybe you didn't notice I just coughed and I didn't pop up. Well, I muted myself so I couldn't be heard when I coughed.
So you just talked into me because now I'm speaking. But that's the thing.
And I was going to say, you get used to navigating within the Google Hangouts, how to share your screen, how to put some lower thirds on there, and actually those are the things I learned in LaunchStream. So that was pretty nice.
Yes, I mean that's the thing is we kind of go into detail into the technology elements of it. Well, here's the cool thing with people that are coming through into LaunchStream right now, they get full access to my online broadcasts program, which teaches YouTube Live and Google Hangouts. So it actually goes even more beyond just the training on the four four types of events that you should use when doing a promotion, we teach you how to use all this stuff, this technology, how to add one of these lower thirds, how to, go in and do this toggle back and forth, how I can actually have Sonia, she's now screened up. I don't have to, even while I'm speaking, she's the one on screen, as you can see. So these are all things that you can control. You have full versatility and control over that you can do. It's really kind of cool. Another thing that many people don't even know, that you can do silly things with this stuff like this. Not that that's silly, but sometimes some people need applause, or hey, who's going to win the iPhone? Who's going to win the iPhone? You are. So it's like they have these various things to make it more than just a webinar, more than just a stringent PowerPoint presentation or 4x3 presentation. You now have a thriving, show almost. Just this is much more fun to me. Fun, and you do better. I find that my sales do better because now I'm creating a one-on-one personality or a one-on-one connection with you. You get to know who I am. That is a powerful element. You can say, when I do training, Sonia, I do just share my presentation, don't I?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you have, I can go in there now and download the information. We have lifetime access to it. Absolutely.
That's right. But that's the brilliant thing about it is there's a time for you in front of the camera, and then there's a time for you to show your screen and share your presentation and the knowledge that you want to convey to somebody, right? And the solution that you're going to convey to somebody. There's a time and a place for that. But there's also a time and a place for this, for doing this, answering someone's questions one-on-one, getting very interpersonal with people. So you just realize that there's both elements to that. So
I'll tell you too, Casey. I just dreaded initially being in front of the camera, and just you hear people say it, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you are. I was petrified the first time using the software, and I think you helped me out. I screwed up, and people couldn't see the screen, and I didn't know why, and just did some things I shouldn't have done, and going and setting things up. But once I got over that, and you just have to face the fear head on and just keep doing it. And so there's still a lot that I want to do in terms of growing in this, but I'm much more comfortable now, looking right at the camera and just speaking. And, you just know people are on the other side and they want to hear what you have to say. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, as I said, I think your growth has been incredible. And that's the thing. People have fear of this, but as soon as you just allow yourself to kind of, embrace that you are the expert, and that you can mess up, you can make mistakes, and embrace those mistakes. I for sure have made several mistakes doing all this, just trying to do the, I've had interconnection problems and all sorts of stuff. And many of us fear to show those that we're human, that we have those issues pop up. But failure is a very important learning curve to understanding and growing. So I'm so appreciative of all the elements in time where I failed, because it's only helped us to make the software more better, essentially, for our customers by the failures that we've had to grow it to this point where now it's working for so many people. It's working for, and we have just so many people coming in and just enjoying it and using it. The community is there for everyone. And we have a question about the bonuses. The bonuses are available for the launch window. This launch window is going to be ending on Friday. So they are now available. They are available till Friday, but that's it. So after that, these bonuses will not be available at that time. So just so everyone is pretty aware of that. Let's see if I have any other questions. Sonia, is there anything else that you want to mention?
No, I think I'm good. I'm just happy to be a part of the community and just looking forward to getting to know the new people coming into the group. I would just say, when you come in, just be active, ask questions. No question is a dumb question, and just get to know other people in the group, and you just learn from one another. You get to see what other people are doing, how they're using the software. Even in the launch stream, there were some people using it. Diane, I never would have thought of using it the way Diane used it.
Oh my
but
goodness.
That just being a part of the community. So don't be shy. Just get in there and be vocal. Or I guess,
by the way, Sonia, Carl Plummer is saying, what is Sonia's book? he wants to come and find out more about your product.
Oh,
So
sure. Well, the book is called The Destiny Deception,
grab
and
it. It's back there. Grab it. I see it behind you. This is a
yeah,
plug. It's not a plug. I just love what you do, so that's
yeah,
why.
no, it's just the book was written for women and specifically career women. Men obviously it can apply to as well, but my audience are women in careers who know deep down that they really are an entrepreneur at heart, and they just allow comfort or just the success in their careers to keep them there. And so I believe that's a deception that hinders them from reaching their professional destiny. So I talk about that and what the deception looks like, and I expose it, and then I introduce the system that I've used to help you basically take whatever you're good at or what you're passionate about and use it to build a business and do it while you're working a day job. So
Well, and that's kind of the point of this of your book. It's the what is my destiny? I know I'm supposed to be driven and do this job that where I'm powerful, but at the same time, if it's not passion based, it could be it's weighing on me, right? It's just it
right,
doesn't have that. It's not that I know that I was supposed to go to school. I know I'm supposed to get a doctorate. I know I'm supposed to do this. I know I'm supposed to go and get this 9-to-5 job and be a hardened career person. But I think that's right. I think that is the deception of it, that there's ways that you can take your passions and that your strength as someone who knows that they can get a lot done and apply it to your own business. And I think that's a really powerful element. I'm so excited. You saying you're going full time in March with
yes,
this
March
stuff?
1st. Yes, yes. No more day job and business on the side. It's 100%. Thank
Yay. I had to do that. I'm sorry. I had to do that. I thought that was cool.
you.
So I'm really glad. That's just I'm so proud of your growth. Like I'm not not that I'm like a proud father or anything like that. It's not like I did anything, but you just have done so much in this last year. So I'm just really grateful for having just you a part of the community. Sharing your story, sharing what you've been able to do, and it's just helpful for people to see that. So again, thank you so much. Let me see if I have any other questions coming through. I know I had, well, Carl, he wanted to find out more about that. Awesome, your book is perfect for my wife, is what Carl said, Tanya.
Thank you.
So
We're on Amazon.
you can get it on Amazon, The Destiny Deception.
Yes.
Lauren, if you want to come in, you're more than welcome to come in. It's up to you if you wanted to come in. Barbara, are all bonuses available for those of us who have already upgraded to the 4.0? Yes. That was a question, and yes, they are also available. Lena is saying, I see that you are asking for VAT at the checkout, but I'm not supposed to pay any VAT outside of Europe. Please correct this. You know what? We don't have any control over what ClickBank does, unfortunately, Lena. I can put a request into them and find out a bit more about that, but it's really what they control. ClickBank is a very large marketplace, and they do billions of dollars a year processing money. So they set that up for us. I wish I had more information for you about that, but I can always talk to them. But I think you may have to do that, or you can shoot me an email about it later on, and we can maybe see if we can work something out. But yeah, I hope that answers that particular question. And yes, Carl says congratulations, and haha, yes, he will go to Amazon. Okay, well, you know what? I think I'm pushing 2 hours here. I may have to end this broadcast. Thank you so much for the diligent ones that are still on. You guys all rock immensely. I literally went through most every single question there was, except this one. Can I put the key onto more than one website? And I'm assuming Anna was referring to the EasyWebinar plugin key that would go into your WordPress site. And the answer is yes. That's the whole point. You add as many domains as you want, and then you take that key and add it to that domain. Okay, you go back into the WordPress site and you add that access key right into there. Okay, and then it will allow you to use the software for that particular site. So yep, that's how that works. Okay, well, again, much love and gratitude, and thank you guys all for being here. Again, EasyWebinar is the all-in-one webinar event suite that can do both live events, automated events. Even beyond that, we have a thriving community of people that are here to help you, work with you, and I am excited to have you join us to come on through. And again, I'm doing a launch stream coaching in February. So those who do come through, you'll see that you have an opportunity to come into the coaching. It is one-on-one group coaching, and Sonia has been a part of that coaching. Lauren, who I don't believe is in the room, I give her access, but I don't think she's in the room, is also a part of that community and has come through that. And on that page, once you do come through, you can learn about how Bozidar, one of our other students, he did a rebroadcast event and made double the sales from just the live event using the stuff that I taught him. And so, you know, don't take my word for it, because I don't think you should ever just take the word of the guy who's saying that it works. Take the word of the people that have actually applied the stuff that the guy said that works. Okay, and that's how you can actually you know, really determine if this stuff is right for you. So again, thank you to everyone. As I always say, you know, do virtual high five. Sonia, thank you so much for coming on. And we still have to do that coffee, because we literally live like only like 10 miles away from each other or something really ridiculous like that. So we'll do that. We'll do that coffee very soon, Sonia. So everyone, I think I'm going to end this broadcast. If you still have any questions, feel free to ask them. They're still going to go into that email. I can probably answer a couple more while we're closing shop. And again, as I said, it'd be great to see you guys at the inside the community. I'm just seeing if we have more people that have come through. Welcome, Francine Bishop. Thank you for coming in. Welcome, Brian Huntsman. Thank you for coming in. Let's see, who else do we have? Carl Plummer has now come in. Thank you, Carl, so much. Glad you are a part of it now. Now you can meet Sonia face to face. Sharon Jane Selby. Thank you for coming in. Who else do we have here? We have, and I'll finish it off with Bill. Bill Crosby, thank you so much for coming in as well. So everybody who's come in today, thank you for being a part of EasyWebinar. We're excited to work with you, excited to grow with you, and be sure to just say hello once you come into the Facebook group. I can't wait to see you. And Dudley has just come in. Thanks, good call. Thank you so much, Dudley. High five. I gotta stop doing that. I keep doing this virtual high five thing. It's just become really a bad habit. So Dudley, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And everyone else who has been here for the duration, if you've been here the full 2 hours and 17 minutes, you are a trooper. I'm glad that you've stuck around, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. So I'll finish this off. Sonia, have a beautiful day, and to everyone else, likewise, have an amazing day, and I'll see you inside EasyWebinar. Okay, bye guys.